Okay. And welcome, everybody, to Sunshine State Conference Championship Sunday as the women, the Tampa Spartans, will battle the Florida Southern Moccasins for the championship of the Sunshine State Conference Basketball Tournament. Hi, everybody. Jack Ike along with two-time Hall of Famer DeCarlo DeVoe. And then there were two.
Yes, sir. This has been a long time coming, man. These two teams, they split during the regular season, and now winner take all. Definitely the rubber match, but I'm happy to know that it's on Spartan territory.
Tampa and Florida Southern, seeded 1 and 2 in the conference tournament, will play for the title. Tampa's road has been a win over Embry-Riddle last Tuesday, and then a win over Barry on Thursday, setting up the matchup today. Florida Southern beat Lynn on Tuesday, then beat Eckerd on Thursday to set up the match here. The two teams with 20 conference wins of the three in the conference that have 20. Tampa won the conference with a 17-3 record, 28-5 now overall. Florida Southern 16-4 and a 20-8 record overall. Eckerd also finished with 20 wins this season at 20-4, 15-5. This is a game, as DeCarlo said, will be the rubber match of the series. Tampa won back in mid-January, but then lost in early February, and actually lost pretty badly at Florida Southern by 25 points. And so that was a game that the Spartans just were not in it from the get-go. Kind of wiped that one off the slate, and they kept moving on. Now Florida Southern comes in hotter than Tampa. Florida Southern has won 12 consecutive games, and they will be definitely a team to beat in this game today as we get ready for this championship matchup. Teams will start lining up. We'll have the national anthem, and we'll get you the starting lineups and the coaches for this game. Decent crowd on hand. Florida Southern known for traveling well, and a number of fans who made the trip over from Lakeland to support the Moccasins, and the Spartans with a home crowd advantage as well. Doesn't seem like this should be the end of the season. It seems like it wasn't that long ago, early November, when everything started.
Right.
Tom Jesse sent the team to Montana, Las Vegas, Alaska. They were world travelers getting ready for this season.
They definitely got their frequent flyer miles up, Jack.
Spartans will be shorthanded. All-American Dory Nudge still nursing a knee injury. Said she's getting better, making progress, and hopefully will be back when the Spartans get ready for NCAA tournament play. An automatic NCAA tournament bid is on the line in this game, though more than likely both these teams will be going to the regional tournament. What the Spartans possibly could be playing for is the number 1 seed in the regional, which would get them a home game. Tampa is seeded number 2 in the region right now, behind Union of Tennessee, and Union is also playing for its conference championship today. If Union were to lose and the Spartans win, they might flip-flop. Tampa would be the number 1 seed and get a home game to start the NCAA tournament.
Which is also great is that knowing that you won the conference final going into the NCAA tournament is definitely a great motivational factor and key contributor into your performance going into that NCAA tournament. So I feel it's a must-win for both teams.
Tampa and Union did meet earlier this year, way back in November, and that was in the Tampa Classic right here on this court, and Tampa won that game 77-67. So if they were to look at head-to-head, Tampa's got the edge.
Yep.
We'll take time out for the national anthem, be back for the starting lineups.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming,
here at the University of Tampa for our national anthem.
Jerome's been holding back on us, Jack. He should have been on American Idol. Hey, he could have stood next to Whitney Houston.
I know.
And sang
no doubt about that.
God rest her soul.
Let's get to the starting lineups for today's game. For Florida Southern, they will start at guard, number 14, Mackenzie Steele, a 5'10 junior from Plant City, Florida. Number 15 is Sarah Wolgemuth, a 5'4 freshman from Madison, Connecticut. Another guard is number 20, and she is Ariel Dabu, a freshman from Wilmette, Illinois. Then it's going to be number 21, Julia Janicki, a grad student from Bethel, Ohio. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 22, Whitney Jacob, a grad student from Parker, Colorado. Head coach, Betsy Harris. Assistant coaches, Megan Zikas and Vernisha Andrews. Starting lineups for the University of Tampa. Number 0, a 5-foot senior from Columbus, Georgia, Kayla Bonilla. Number 1 is a 5'5 junior from Naples, Florida, Maya Gusto. Number 2 is a 5'8 senior from Rochester, New York, Aaliyah Abney. Number 24 is a 5'11 senior from Bartow, Florida, Malia Sullivan. And in the middle, number 23 is a 6-foot grad student from Bloomington, Minnesota, LaShayla Wright Ponder. Spartan head coach is Tom Jesse in his 20th year at Tampa. Assistant head coach is Caitlin Mitrick. LaShayla Wright Ponder, a first-team all-conference selection. Florida Southern boasting 2 first-team all-conference selections, Julia Janicki and Whitney Jacob. Tom Jesse, SSC Coach of the Year for the 3rd consecutive year, and Dory Nodge and Aaliyah Abney, second-team all-conference selection. So a star-studded field as we get ready for this championship game in the SSC. Spartans will be wearing white with red trim. Florida Southern from Lakeland, red with white trim. Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching from. I always tell people we reach 3 billion people whenever we stream.
I'll tell you this. If you don't like this atmosphere, you don't belong anywhere near the sport.
The tip is up, and Florida Southern controls. Gets the ball into the hands of Wolgemuth. Both teams like to run a 3-guard offense. Outside. They go inside now. Kick it back outside. 3 on the way. Florida Southern on the board as Wolgemuth knocks down the 3. Bonilla to Sullivan. Inside, stolen away from Wright Ponder by Jacob.
Just need a little more air underneath that pass, Jack.
Outside the arc is Whitney Jacob, stolen by Tampa. And Bonilla brings it the other way. 3-0 early. Florida Southern on top. Abney stops but traveled. Kind of got caught where she wanted to pass, thought about shooting, but just kept traveling.
Yeah, some early game jitters, 2 straight turnovers on the first 2 possessions.
Wolgemuth directing traffic. Gusto waiting for her, giving her room at the top of the key. Steele tipped out of bounds, and it'll go to Tampa. Both teams a little jittery at the beginning, though Wolgemuth did knock down a 3.
Right. That's the biggest difference between.
Minute and a half into the game, 4 10-minute quarters in women's basketball. Also 5 fouls. Puts you in the double bonus. It's reset every quarter. Wright Ponder up and in. First team All-State, leading the SSC in rebounding, top 10 in scoring.
Ice broken.
to the corner. Dabu up top. Wolgemuth doesn't get this one. 3 Spartans there to get the rebound, and Sullivan has it.
Wolgemuth shot from almost the identical spot where she hit her previous 3.
Bonilla looks to drive, comes back out. Right Ponder goes back down into the low post. Gusto. 10 on the shot clock. Abney looks to drive, has the corner, puts it off the glass.
And one.
And in. She'll go to the line. Once she turns that corner, there was nothing stopping her.
Tell you this, and I've complimented her, and you know this, Jack. Her basketball savvy and her skill and her shot creation is bar none. Men, women, she can play this game.
Hits the free throw. Spartans up 5-3. 5 points in the last minute. Wolgemuth to steal. Good job by Bonilla to play harassing defense. Back up top to Wolgemuth. Back out by the logo. She waits. Double pick. Gusto fights through. Wolgemuth drives, but I think they got Gusto with a reach.
I didn't see much of a reach, but nevertheless, the referee made a call. That double screen at top is very. It's tough to get through because you don't know which way the offensive player is going to go, and you think they're going right, and they go through the pick to the left, so it's tough. She'll need some help by the big people hedging on the screen.
Gusto slid under that one, I guess daring Wolgemuth to try a jump shot. Shot up, tipped up, and it may be Florida Southern ball. It is. 7:02 first quarter. Tom Jesse, Betsy Harris, a couple coaches with pretty good coaching numbers to their credit. Wolgemuth looks to drive again. Gets the lane, drives up and in.
Stepped on the inline.
Stepped on the inline, and a turnover will give the ball to Florida Southern.
3 early turnovers for the Spartans.
Jumper up and in. Janicki.
I'll tell you this on the inbounds passes, on every pass, you got to be quick, but you also have to be patient at the same time.
Right, Ponder doesn't get it to go. Whitney Jacob, number 2 in the conference in scoring at 16-3. Julia Janicki, 5th in the conference at 14-7. Foul called on the floor. Foul is on right Ponder. Second on Tampa, first on her. Dabu tries to drive on Sullivan. Blocked by Sullivan. Taken away by Bonilla. She hustles it down. And they got her traveling. Thought she had her foot planted, but they called the travel, and the Spartans are picking up some turnovers early. That's 4.
Yep.
4 in 4 minutes.
I call that the anxiousness to do well.
And 3-second call, I think. Yes. Gerke into the lineup now for Florida Southern, replacing Steele. Gusto up court. Gusto had a big day. And still that's out of bounds. Wolgemuth almost with the steal. Gusto saying, hey, she kind of bumped into me.
I'll tell you this, you got to put that guard hand up for one when you're dribbling. That offhand is the guard hand. But also, as you see that player reach, that's when you go into that player and get them, caught in no man's land, and you're usually able to draw a foul on the defensive player.
Not sure what the discussion is, but the ref's huddled.
Florida Southern plays an in-your-face type man, and with this long-time rivalry going between the UT Spartans and the Florida Southern Moccasins, it's going to be that way on both ends.
So the discussion was that the shot clock was not reset. It's knocked down to 19. And Tampa with the ball.
You got to stay always down and in a ready position when you're facing this squad.
Bonilla. Gusto. 2 seconds on the clock. Sullivan jumper in and out. And a rebound to Janicki.
I think they thought they had a full 30 seconds.
Somebody needs to be aware of that. Referee went over and reset it.
Yep.
Wohlgemuth back out. Finds Janicki. That's Gerke. Drives the lane on Sullivan. A little runner up, no good. Tampa rebounds. Abney with the board. Lobbing it inside, right Ponder, and in.
Despite it being a 7-7 tie, it almost seems like Florida Southern has the momentum, which is good because UT is not in a 7-7 tie. So
Jacob has it tipped away.
Good hands by Abney.
No good. Rebound. Jacob. She goes back up and lays it in. Dabu missed the shot inside, but Jacob rebounded. 9-7. Moccasins. Sullivan, top of the key, lobs it in, but again, not enough oomph.
Yep. They need to put a little more air under those passes. Throw it only where the offensive player can catch the ball, just like football.
Jumper in by Janicki. She's got 4. 11-7, Florida Southern. Sullivan harassed. And not sure if they got a 3-second call.
3-second call on LaShayla Wright Ponder.
Wright Ponder. This is the under 5 timeout. 3:39 to go in the quarter. 11-7 Florida Southern up on Tampa Spartans.tv. (11-7) Florida Southern up. Tampa shooting 60%. Florida Southern shooting 50%, but Florida Southern's 5 of 10. Tampa just 3 of 5. Tampa already with 6 turnovers in 6.5 minutes of play.
And that's the difference in the game right now. The opportunities.
Possessions.
Yep.
Points per possession. And the Moccasins have the ball.
Tell you this, Florida Southern's offense has a lot of movement and motion. You know, you can't. If you get caught on your heels, you're finished.
First team all-conference, Jacob knocks it down, 14-7. So this is a 9-0 run. The Spartans had gone up 7-5.
They need to break the ice with the score right here, or stop the bleeding, rather.
They are playing a very hands-on defense right now.
Right. Florida Southern has UT extended a little further out than they would like.
Sullivan fades away, goes out of bounds, Tampa ball.
Good fight on the offensive rebounding by LaShayla Wright-Ponder, keeping that ball alive and forcing Florida Southern to tip it out. UT regains the possession.
Bonilla to inbound. Looking. Finds Sullivan in the lane. Turn around, up and in.
Nice shot. Nice patience.
14-9.
Florida Southern is switching a lot of the picks. If you watch what they're doing, so it's you got to be patient and precise with your passing.
3 on the way from Janicki, no good. Wright-Ponder, big, strong rebound.
Great box out.
Gusto finds Bonilla. Bonilla drives the lane. Off the glass, won't go. Wright-Ponder rebounds. She puts it up and in.
I tell you this, she cleans up very well.
That's 6 for LaShayla. And a 14-11 game. Jacob, top of the key, no good. Spartans track it down. Gusto has it.
4 on 5.
Quickly to Bonilla. She traveled. That was definitely a travel.
That's 7 turnovers in the first quarter, Jack.
I know.
Tom Jesse will not be happy about that.
That should be a game total almost.
Right. They need to just calm down. They're like I said, they're anxious to do well, but you have to be composed and patient.
Wolgemuth. Janicki. Jacob, guarded by Sullivan. Back to Janicki. Nothing inside. They do go inside. That's Jacob in the lane, up off the glass. No good. Wright-Ponder, but it goes out of bounds.
She got a hand on it, but she just couldn't bring it in.
Terry Battle coming in for Tampa for Wright-Ponder. 1:15 to go in the quarter, I think, to give her a break and also just to hope she doesn't get that second foul. Janicki drives the lane. Little runner going back, no good. Abney with the rebound. Battle put in some good minutes in the win over Barry.
Yes, she did. She did. Very sound player. Florida Southern has really extended their defense.
Yeah, they're way out. Bonilla, guarded by Jacob. That's a size mismatch. And they turn it over again. Wolgemuth the other end. 3-on-1. Dishing it off to Gerke. Travels along the baseline, fades to Wolgemuth, and she knocks it down. And Tom Jesse wants a timeout. 16-11 with 37 seconds to go in the quarter off another Spartan turnover. We'll step out as well right here on TampaSpartans.tv. Welcome back, Sunshine State Conference Women's Basketball Championship game here at the Bob Martinez Center, home of the Tampa Spartans. Florida Southern, the number 2 seed, Tampa the number 1 seed, and Florida Southern leads 16-11, winding down in the first quarter. Gusto drives the lane, off the glass, and she'll go to the line.
I'll tell you this, that was a nice aggressive drive by Maya Gusto, but Florida Southern's defense to this point has been very aggressive, extending the UT attack. In fact, forcing that last turnover from Kayla Bonilla, the outstanding UT Spartans guard, who's usually a great ball handler, but it seems like Florida Southern has 6 or 7 players on the court at one time.
Right. Ashley Schell, the foul on her. She just came into the lineup. She is a 5'11 junior from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Spartans send Eleanor Marcheski into the lineup. She'll replace Malia Sullivan with 23 seconds to go in the quarter. Need Marcheski to come off the bench and knock down some threes.
Yeah, she's going to play
knock down any shot.
Pivotal role, right?
Yeah.
Right. Time to go.
Gusto hits. Gusto, who hit her first 3 threes against Barry, but they won't let her get even a look at the basket right now. Hits them both.
I'll tell you this, the scouting between these two teams, they know each other like you know your family, Jack. Double screen.
Wolgemuth, no good. Spartans can come back. Abney.
The backside pursuit.
2 seconds. Abney off the glass, no good. And that'll end the quarter. Abney tried to go coast to coast, but they kind of pushed her out a little bit to the side. We've reached the end of the first 10. It is 16-13. Florida Southern leads Tampa right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Of Tampa.
Down to start the quarter. Sullivan hands to Bonilla. Picked up by Gerke in the backcourt. They have not given Tampa many opportunities. Tampa, no three-pointers. There we go. Speak it. And there we go.
Speak it into existence, Jack. We were just talking about that during the break, and Maya Gusto comes out and nail the first UT Spartans three-pointer of the game.
16-16. We were mentioning they were coming out on her well above the three-point line. That time she slipped there and got a shot. Wolgemuth, though. No, that's Steele, actually, hitting the three. 19-16. Florida Southern, 3 of 5 from deep. Gusto with the ball fake, drives the lane, kicks it out to Abney. Abney for 3. She knocks it down.
They go from no attempts to 2 of 2.
That was a good skip pass, caught Florida Southern leaning this side. Jacob to Gerke. Tries to drive on Abney. Sullivan gets in the way. Rebound. Jacob rebounds.
She missed her jump.
By Ponder.
A great response. Mistimed her jump, but great response to come back down and block the shot.
This will be a foul on Gerke. It's getting a little physical out there.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You have to force the referee to call something. They reached on Maya Gusto, and she kept going forward. And I mean, the referee looked as if she was signaling a charge, but she ended up calling a block. Right.
The initial leaning made me think she was going to call a charge.
Right.
Oh, come on. They got to be a little more protective of the ball there.
But it was the referee made the right call. It was a block.
Gusto, all tied up. Actually, they gave another turnover.
You can't go behind your back when you're 2 feet away from the sideline, Jack. The sideline or the baseline becomes an extra defender when you're that close.
That is turnover number 9. Defender was a little bit too close for that move. Actually, there was a two-pointer for Florida Southern on the last shot. So it's 19-18, Tampa up. According to the scoreboard, our official stats say 19-19. Jacob drives, lays it in.
I'll tell you this, as I was discussing with you during the break, Tampa played turnover-wise about as poorly as you can play, but they were only down 3 points. So they were very fortunate to really be in this game and only down 1 point at 20-19.
Sullivan wanting to go inside, can't. They get it to Abney. Sullivan finds it right, Ponder, tipped out of bounds, and she calls it Florida Tech ball. I think they're going to overrule it. They do.
Right. The referees have no instant replay to go to, but it was nice to see them congregate and
I think that was a better angle, and we try to be as impartial as we can, but Bonilla to inbound. Finds Gusto. Ball fake. Inside right, Ponder. A little baby hook, no good. Rebound, Jacob.
A little more arc on that shot, but it's a good attempt.
Janicki back in the lineup to Jacob. Right, Ponder goes and gets her.
She has to be careful going out there like that on her closeout. She could pick up a foul if they get her up in there.
Wolgemuth. Gusto goes down. Janicki for 3, no good. Right, Ponder rips it down. Her third of the day. Abney splits the gap, puts it up, and it's a jump ball. It'll be Florida Southern ball. She tried to slide through a couple players.
Tried to split them. This is a good game. I love the feel of this game, man.
There's some intensity. The crowd is good size and into it.
Tell you this.
Jacob finds Steele. Steele driving on Bonilla. Off the glass. Actually laid it up too hard into the hands of Abney. And boy, Spartans just a little careless with their passes.
Yes.
Dodged the bullet that time. Audrey Ramsey going to come in.
I was thinking the same thing, Jack. You said exactly what my mind had.
Gusto, closely guarded by Wolgemuth. Inside to right, Ponder. Drives on Jacob. Off the glass, rattles it home.
Game-leading scorer at 8 points with that layup for LaShayla Wright Ponder.
Dabu. Oh, run and gun. Doesn't go. Spartans get the ball. And Tampa has the ball. Moccasin fans wanted to travel.
Yeah, there's one fan that's really irate. I can't tell you what he's saying, but I'm glad the referees didn't hear it.
He's disagreeing with the call, right?
Right.
Abney spins in the lane. Up, no good.
Nice move. Nice setup.
21-20, Tampa up. Not quite halfway through the second quarter. Audrey Ramsey was coming in, but has since gone back to sit down. Jacobs, that's a bunch of steps. Trying to drive on right, Ponder, scoops around, no good, got the rebound, put it up, and right, Ponder got the call. That'll be 2 on LaShayla, and Terry Battle will come in. Yeah. Jacob is a handful.
Yes, she is. She's too much for 2 hands.
That will probably put Wright Ponder on the bench for the rest of the half.
Yeah, you kind of have to keep her there. You can't risk her picking up that third foul. But she's been like the interior of this Spartans attack so far. So we got to find some scores from some other positions.
Jacob hit the first, knocks down the second. She's got 9 for the day. And it's a 22-21 Florida Southern lead. 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Bonilla. Wolgamuth slapping from behind. Abney doesn't hit it. Big rebound, Terry Battle. Abney to Battle. Battle underneath. Fighting for it. Off the glass and in. Big play by Terry Battle.
She looked like LaShayla Wright Ponder.
She did. Spartans up 1. Janicki.
She traveled.
She did. This will be the under 5 timeout. 4:22 to play in the first half. Tampa 23, Florida Southern 22. We'll be back right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Yeah. Terry's energy is exactly what's needed.
Spartans up 1. Back and forth basketball going on. Good to see many of the Spartans men's players behind the Spartan bench. Also good to see Julia Ingram, 4-year starter for the Spartans, graduated last year in attendance. She's at Florida Law School, University of Florida Law School. Said she drove down here, didn't even go home. She's from Palm Harbor. Car is still packed up for spring break. Right into the parking lot, right into the gym.
Yeah, she was a great player.
Could use her three-point shooting eye.
Oh, my gosh, ever.
Abney, top of the key. Bonilla, shot clock to 5. Bonilla, Gusto, she's got a little opening. Might have been tipped. Knocked away. Wolgamuth with the ball. Jacob fires a 3. Airballed it out of bounds. Terry Battle came out, got a hand in the face. Florida Southern shoots 33% from 3. Jacob is a 38% three-point shooter. Airballed that one, though. Abney takes it back out. 10 on the shot clock. To Bonilla. Bonilla for 3. Good! Spartans by 4.
Big shot.
I believe this is their biggest lead of the game. It is. Actually, it was 5-0. Was the biggest lead of the game.
Tell you this.
Or largest run. 4 is the biggest lead of the game. Bounce pass, Bonilla. Ball fake, up and in. And Betsy Harris wants a timeout as the Spartans have gone up by 6. 28-22, a 7-0 run by Tampa over the last minute and a half. We'll step out as well right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
A back door.
Spartans 28, Florida Southern 22. 2:43 to go in the first half. Moccasins with the ball. Wolgemuth dribbles up.
And Kayla Bonilla's quick 5 points helps to undo those 3 turnovers that she had in the early going.
Bonilla up to 5 points on the day. All coming in the last minute and a half. Jacob turns around, puts it up and in.
I'll tell you this, Jacobs, she's a load down there,
Yeah.
man. She's tough. She's a inside-outside player, but she's definitely a lot of power and finesse.
She's got 11. She'll hit from outside, she'll hit from inside. Inside to Battle. Battle off the glass and in.
Right back at you.
Nice pass, Malia Sullivan,
Yes.
setting up Battle for the lay-in.
Yeah, great hands by Terry because she kind of tipped it to herself.
Under 2 minutes now. Steele, guarded by Bonilla. Out on the side. Bounce pass in, tipped away, but they're going to get Abney with the reach in.
Yeah, just a little bit late on the reaction on the steal attempt. Only
First
the
foul.
Yep.
Only the second foul on Tampa in the quarter. Florida Southern only one. Moccasins to inbound. Top of the key, Jacob drives, pulls up, free throw line, no good. Tipped into the hands of Terry Battle.
Battle has come off the bench in the reserve role for LaShayla Wright Ponder and has a quick 4 points and 2 rebounds.
And eventually Wolgemuth's going to get a foul for that defense, and they got her there.
Right, and that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. As Florida Southern extends their defense, they're reaching, they're pushing. You have to attack them. You have to be aggressive because if you retreat, they win that little mini battle.
Yeah, not to say Wolgemuth shouldn't do that. She should. That's her style, but the Spartans need to counteract it. Run some picks. Inside to Battle. Jumper off the glass, won't fall.
Good shot, though.
Terry, a transfer from Bowling Green University in Ohio. Zamora now in the lineup. Steele with the ball, guarded by Bonilla.
Way to fight over the pick, get Caleb Bonilla. She refused
Jacob
to be picked.
drive, blocked by Battle, out of bounds. And it will be Tampa ball. They said it went off Jacob. Nice block by Battle. Tipped it off of Jacob, and the Spartans have the ball. 39 seconds to go in the half. Spartans will have to shoot, but they can run it down deep.
The Spartans have calmed down very well from that early first quarter jitters.
Bonilla guarded by Wolgemuth. Wolgemuth has one foul, drives past, stops, bounce pass, Terry Battle, off the glass and in! Terry Battle off the bench with 6. 7 seconds to go in the half. Spartans by 8. Wolgemuth drives, and that foul on Battle, but nothing really wrong with that.
No.
Stop the drive.
I'll tell you this.
No bonus.
Someone would be like, that's only 6 points. Man, those 6 points were huge, Jack.
Yeah. Outside to Zamora. 1 second. She didn't notice it. Shot. Halftime reaches. And Florida Southern did not get the shot off. At the half, the Tampa Spartans on a run have taken a 32-24 lead, led by Terry Battle coming off the bench, hitting 3 of 4 shots and grabbing a couple rebounds. We'll take a timeout, come back just before the start of the half with updated stats. For now, Tampa 32, Florida Southern 24 on TampaSpartans.tv. All right, we're just about ready to start the second half. Tampa leading Florida Southern 32-24, women's championship game, Sunshine State Conference. Some first quarter stats. Jacob leading Florida Southern and all scorers with 11 points. Wolgemuth has 7, Steele with 2, Jenicky with 4. And that's all the scoring, almost half of the scoring coming from Jacob. On the other side, Bonilla added 5, all in a row in about a minute late in the half. Gusto with 5 on a big three-pointer on another layup, or 2 free throws, I should say. Abney with 6, Wright Ponder with 8, Sullivan with 2, and Terry Battle came off the bench and put in an amazing 6 points.
Yeah, she's the second leading scorer for the Spartans right now.
LaShayla Wright Ponder back in the lineup. Spartans with the original starters. Wright Ponder with 2 fouls, and that's why Battle came in. But between the posts, the Spartans have 14 points. 5 on the shot clock. Into Sullivan. Jumper on the way. 10-point lead.
Great start for the third quarter as we enter the second half. 10-point lead, first double-digit lead of the game for either team.
Wolgemuth guarded by Gusto. Wolgemuth came out early in the game, hit a three-pointer to set the tone, and there's a drive by Jacob. She has 13.
Yeah, she's tough, Jack, and you're going to hear me say that a few more times this game.
She'll hit the jumper. She'll drive the lane. She's first team all-conference. So is LaShayla Wright Ponder, and so is Julia Jenicky. Aaliyah Abney, second team all-conference. Bonilla, and she got fouled, and that may be on Jacob. If so, just her first. Very few fouls at this point in the game.
It's been a tough defensive battle, but yet it's been cleanly played.
They're calling it on Jacob, and it's just her first. Bonilla can't hit it. Spartans shot 56% in the first half, missing both free throws, though.
Uncharacteristically.
Jenicky stops, feeds Jacob, drives on Wright Ponder, and they may get the third on Wright Ponder as she slipped, trying to stop Jacob on the drive.
Here's a pivotal point in this game, Jack.
And immediately Terry Battle comes in. And you'll probably see Terry for the rest of the third quarter.
More than likely, yes. And hopefully she can continue that magic she came in early in the second quarter doing.
The problem with Jacob, she's got the ball now. Jenicky, layup, no good. Jacob gets the ball up high. You got to guard her. She'll hit the three. But you go guard her, she'll drive.
Right.
Inside to Battle. And she scores again.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
8 for Terry Battle. And as we say, the post now is 16 points for Tampa. 10-point lead again.
Yep.
Bounce pass, tipped out of bounds, but I think they got Abney on a reach. They do, so Spartans pick up a couple quick fouls. That's 2 now on Abney, and they've both been reaching fouls.
Yes, she has to be careful with that.
Out to Steele, driving the lane, laying it up and in. Nice drive by Wolgemuth, and she has 9.
Yeah, that was nice. A nice teardrop shot.
Wolgemuth averaging 6.5 a game. Abney missing. Wolgemuth rebounds. She races it up court.
Yeah, she knew the shot was off as soon as she shot it.
Out to the top. Jenicky for 3. Good. Couple baskets for Florida Southern, and the lead is down to 5.
Yeah, you can't leave her alone behind that three-point line.
Jenicky, that's her first made 3, 1 of 3 today. Sullivan in the lane, bounces around, won't go. Wolgemuth the other way, off the Jacob rebound. Long 3, no good. Fighting for it, Abney with a nice tip to Gusto. Closely guarded by Wolgemuth.
Go to the center of the court.
And she's just got to be careful with the ball handling with Wolgemuth guarding her.
Yes, she has to just be strong with the ball.
Play straight forward.
Right, strong with the ball. Use your body to guard the ball.
Sullivan, free throw line jumper.
Flat.
Faded away, and it wasn't going to get there.
I'll tell you this, that referee is in shape. Did you see her sprint down the court?
Well, he heard Tom Jesse yelling at him, so he sprinted to get away. Dabu drives off Sullivan, stops, pivots, puts it up and in. Lead is down to 3. 7-0 run for Florida Southern. Tom Jesse giving one of the referees an earful. He's letting him have his say. Caitlin Mitrick will run the huddle for now. Down to a 36-33 game as a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes for the Moccasins.
Yeah. This game was far from over once the Spartans got up by 10. I mean, because it's a seesaw battle. You knew Florida Southern was going to battle back. Now they've cut the lead to 3, so let's see how the Spartans respond.
Tampa shooting 52% from the floor. Florida Southern 41%.
But yet they're only down 3.
But they've taken more shots as the early turnovers for Tampa took away a whole bunch of possessions. Tampa had 9 turnovers in the first 9 minutes of the game. They still have 9, so they've since gone 15 minutes without one.
Which means they've settled down.
Though they've been playing with fire on a couple of their possessions, bringing the ball up court. Gusto, back to Bonilla. Closely guarded by Wolgemuth. On the drive, puts it up, won't go. Rebound, Janicki.
That was a nice, strong take by Bonilla, though, and that's what you have to do. You have to penalize
Stolen by Bonilla.
Good tip by Terry Battle. Do you see her get her hands up like a defensive end where the quarterback passes the ball?
Gusto backs it out. Tampa lead, cut to 3. Bonilla bounces into Terry Battle. Turns around on Jacob, in and out.
A little more arc on that shot. Nice shot, though.
Steal. Pick from Jacob. Outside the arc, off the side, out of bounds. It'll be Tampa ball.
She looked like she had her mind made up that she was going to shoot that.
Yeah, she was coming off the pick and shooting.
But was it the right shot?
Yeah. Backcourt pressure again. Wolgemuth just one foul despite the tenacious defense she's playing. Abney.
Her defensive tenacity is different from Kayla Bonilla to Maya Gusto.
Battle up, no.
She rushed that one a little. Wolgemuth feels that she can force Maya Gusto into a mishandle of the ball. But she doesn't. She plays a little more honest with Kayla Bonilla.
That's Wolgemuth. She came out firing early in the game. Drive, and Gusto takes the charge. Wolgemuth tried to drive. Gusto right in front of her, got knocked down. That's 2 on Wolgemuth.
I tell you this, Maya Gusto, the past few games in this conference tournament, she's been sacrificing her body for the good of the team. She's drawn about, 4 or 5 charges over these 3 games?
4:28 to go. This is the under 5 timeout. Tampa 36, Florida Southern 33 on Tampa Spartans.tv. Tampa to inbound. Bonilla to Gusto, back to Bonilla. Gerke guarding Bonilla. Bonilla trying to drive the lane, off the glass and in!
Tough shot. Very tough shot.
That time she got enough space between her and Jacob, who went up to block it, and got it off the glass, high off the glass. Tampa by 5. Jacob on the drive on Battle. Foul on Battle. She is just so tough to stop when she drives, and she does it on the left side.
I tell you this, she's a good player. I got to compliment her.
Jacob has 13, 5 of 10 from the field. Now make it 14. She's 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
She keeps it precise. She doesn't play with the ball. She's just direct in her movement, and she just goes when she knows she has it.
She loves to drive left, sets up on the left side of the lane and drives left, but she's a righty. Lead is 3 again, under 4 in the quarter.
She's like Lashella Wright Ponder, who prefers the left side also.
Yeah. Yep. Gusto to Sullivan. Sullivan drives, turns, fade away, no good. Battle tips it to Sullivan. Sullivan, and she got called for the charge. First on Malia.
That shot is a nice shot by Sullivan. The only adjustment I would make is her using the 45-degree angle bank shot.
Yeah.
It would increase her efficiency.
Wolgemuth outside the arc. Finds Gerke. Gerke stopped to Wolgemuth in the lane. Backs it out to Janicki. Janicki a jumper. Good. 1-point game. An 11-2 run has Florida Southern back in the ball game. Bonilla, nice cut down the lane.
And
she got fouled and scores.
Wow. The little giant, as I call her, Mighty Mouse. A double crossover move. Saw that?
7. That's 9 now for Bonilla. Again, winner of this game, automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Both these teams most likely will be going to the NCAA tournament. And Bonilla hits. 3-point play. 41-37, 3 minutes in the third quarter.
And it stops the run.
Bonilla becomes the first Spartan in double digits. Wolgemuth guarded by Gusto. Jacob, top of the key, short. Foul in the lane, and I'm not sure who they got it on. Maybe Wolgemuth? It's on Florida Southern. Abney got knocked to the ground. They're calling it on Gerke, number 10. Nope, I take that back. They're calling it on Janicki.
Yeah, that's her first.
Her first. 4th on Florida Southern. Both teams with 4, so next foul for either team will be 2 shots. And Gerke steals it, but Sullivan gets it back. Free throw line, outside Bonilla. Ball fake.
Good pass.
Battle. Outside, Sullivan, Gusto. 6 on the shot clock. Sullivan drives the lane, loses the ball, and I think they've got Tampa for a push-off.
No, it's a legal screen on Battle. That's her third.
Yeah, Battle now with 3. I say you leave her in to finish the quarter.
Yep.
And get Wright Ponder in to start the 4th.
I totally agree.
Gerke outside. Janicki. Ball fake.
She was close to a travel, Janicki
Yeah,
was.
I thought so too. Wolgemuth with 10 on the shot clock. Off the pick by Jacob. Jacob trying to post up Gusto. She does. Tipped away.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds, Tampa ball. And a great play by the Spartans.
I tell you this, Maya Gusto, she was giving up 5 inches, but she jumped and challenged that shot to force the miss.
Tampa will inbound. Minute 48. Yeah, they got the mismatch with Jacob, but Gusto did not back down. There's Gusto, guarded by Wolgemuth. Abney, been quiet this quarter. Inside to Battle. Battle off the glass.
Right on cue. Right on cue, as you said it. Abney came up with the assist.
43-37, double digits for Terry Battle. Jacob outside the arc. Bounce pass stolen by Abney. And a foul on the floor.
They called it on Aaliyah Abney.
Wow.
That's her third.
Looked like a clean steal from here, but.
Yeah, that's not. Wow, that's.
3 now on Abney as well. 3 on Abney. 3 on Battle. 3 on Wright Ponder. And the free throw's good by Janicki, her 10th. Hits them both.
That was a very fortunate call for the Florida Southern Moccasins.
Definitely. Bonilla. Definitely guarded by a taller Gerke. Abney backs out. Sullivan. Gusto. 3 on the way. Short. Airball it. And recovered by Dabu.
I know she'd like to have that one back.
4-point lead for Tampa. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Jacob guarded by Battle. Tries to spin on her. Off the glass and in. Nice move.
Wow. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, it was. Lead is 2. Spartans can hold it for the last shot. There's about a 1 second difference. Gerke. And steals it. And a kick. Now, is it a kick on Tampa or on Gerke?
No, it's a kick on Gerke.
Okay.
I'm glad the official caught that.
Yeah.
I think Caleb Bonilla's reaction helped to clue the official that it was a kick.
9.5 seconds. Spartans now will play for the last shot.
Go time.
Into Gusto. 5 on the shot clock. 5 on the clock. Sullivan drives, fades away, won't go. That's the end of the quarter.
She had a straight.
43-41, Tampa by 2. 10 minutes to play to decide a Sunshine State Conference women's basketball champion. We'll take a break on the Sunshine State Digital Network. We have 10 minutes to go. 43-41. Sunshine State Conference Women's Championship on the line here from the Martinez Center on the campus of the University of Tampa. Jack Ike along with DeCarlo DeVoe. Selection Sunday for D2 is later tonight. Both these teams will most likely hear their name called. The winner will get an automatic berth. They were 1-2 in the conference this year. Spartans have some foul trouble to worry about. LaShayla Wright Ponder back in with 3 fouls. Abney has 3 fouls. 5 on the shot clock. Jacob turns around, and Abney gets called for her 4th.
Wow. What a unfortunate turn of events. She went from like two fouls to 4 in like 2 minutes.
Yep, and that's going to get Eleanor Marcheski into the game. Free throw is good. Jacob can tie the game with this one.
Jacob is leading all scorers with 17 points with a free throw to come.
Hits them both. She has 19. Marcheski in the lineup. Abney to the bench. So Abney with 4. Wright Ponder on the court with 3. Terry Battle on the bench with 3. Marcheski needs to dribble out of the pressure. Spartans made it with about 1/10 of a second to spare there.
That was too close for comfort, Jack.
Gusto, tie ball game, tipped away.
She has to kick that to the wing, to Bonilla, who has a better angle to throw it into the post.
Wolgemuth. Janicki drives on Marcheski. Off the glass and in. Florida Southern has taken the lead. Once a 10-point Spartan lead has been erased, and it's a 2-point Florida Southern lead.
They right at Eleanor Marcheski, who just checked into the game, hadn't played, but she has to back up a little bit and give a little more resistance.
Wright Ponder ties it. Nobody on Florida Southern in any foul trouble, a couple with 2. There's Jacob, guarded by Wright Ponder, hands it off to the corner. Wolgemuth for 3. No good, bounces around, tipped into the hands of Wright Ponder. She goes to Gusto. Gusto hustles it up court, being dogged all the way to the corner. Marcheski off the glass, won't go.
Yes.
Foul on the block. We'll put Marcheski on the line.
Here's a chance for her to get those 2 points she gave up. One thing I would say to any young players listening, square your shoulders to the basket when you're going in and make sure you use that glass.
Marcheski, an 83% free throw shooter. Hits it. Spartans up 1. Spartans up 2. Eleanor Marcheski's first points of the night.
Yeah, and she looked calm and cool at that free throw line, man,
Yep.
despite the big moment.
Wolgemuth to the left. Janicki outside the arc. Launches a big 3. Bounces in. Florida Southern goes up on the 3-point shot. Bonilla, Sullivan. Gusto to Bonilla. 10 on the shot clock. Bonilla. A 3 on the way. Off the glass, no good. Wolgemuth hustling down. Someone's got to stop her. Tips it off to the side. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Tampa ball.
And Abney about to check back in the game.
Tom Jesse going to roll the dice here with 4 fouls on Abney with 7 minutes to go.
I think it's Florida Southern's strategy that when Marcheski is in the game to just attack her
Yeah.
defensively.
Kick by Gerke.
Abney helps with the ball handling also.
Yeah, Marcheski, as soon as she got the ball in the backcourt, just immediately wanted to give it up. Abney will take up the press. Bonilla to Abney. Stolen by Jacob. Just dribbled right into Jacob.
On that double screen, the Florida Southern players are stepping way out, so the UT player has to be very cognizant of that.
Back to Wolgemuth, guarded by Gusto. Looks to go inside, comes back out to Zamora. 10 on the shot clock. Zamora to the corner. Janicki, top of the key, drives the lane, loses the ball, and they will get it. 4 seconds on the shot clock. But it'll be Florida Tech ball or Florida Southern ball, I should say, under their basket.
Got to be careful on these out of bounds plays.
Quickly, one hitter, Jacob, good. Jacob, big player in a big game, has 21. Bonilla guarded by Gerke. Loses the ball, and it's a kick on Gerke.
That's her second kick.
It's her third. She actually had one down here seconds ago on an inbound pass. Spartans down 3 right now.
After being up 10 early. Gerke playing deny on Kayla Bonilla.
Sullivan trying to drive on Janicki. Fade away, good.
Nice shot.
Sullivan with 6 now. 1 point lead for the Moccasins. Jacob, that's what she likes to do, is drive off the glass. Won't go. Bonilla rips it down. And she tries to hustle it up court. Slows it up.
The Spartans have to regain the momentum. We had it for quite some time, and now we lost it. Not only the lead, but also the momentum.
Free throw jumper, no good. Rebound, Zamora. And Betsy Harris wants a timeout. 5:09 to go in the game. 50-49, Florida Southern leading the Tampa Spartans. We'll step out for a second right here on TampaSpartans.tv. Well, this is what you would expect when the top 2 teams in the Sunshine State Conference meet. A nip and tuck game with 5 minutes to go. Florida Southern with the ball and a 1 point lead on Tampa. Zamora. Top of the key to Jacob. Jacob with 21 points. Drives the lane on the right side. Blocked by Wright Ponder, but a foul called. That'll be 4 on LaShayla.
It's on 0.
0?
Yeah, it's on Kayla. She reached in. Woo!
No, the call is Bonilla. Spartans dodge a little bullet there, but Jacob is darn close to automatic at the line. 7 of 7 from the line.
Cool. She's a money player.
Misses one. Wright Ponder fights for it. Into the hands of Gusto. 51-49. First miss of the day from the line for Jacob. Bonilla. Guarded by Dabu. Bonilla drives. Stops. Off the glass. No good. Wright Ponder fouled on the way up.
She has a chance to tie it up with 2 free throws.
Foul is on Dabu, her second. Again, I've said it, nobody really on Florida Southern in any foul trouble. Gerke out of the lineup right now has 3. Wright Ponder hits. Gets her to 11 points to go with 5 rebounds. Ties the game.
Tie game.
Wolgemuth across the free throw, across midcourt. outside the arc. Gusto giving her some room. They're trying to go inside to Janicki, but Abney won't have anything. Wolgemuth tees up a three and hits. Gusto tried to slip behind under the pick, and that left Wolgemuth all wide open.
Yeah, she had to shoot that. She was just too wide open not to.
That's 12 for Wolgemuth. Gusto going to drive, kicks it out to Abney. Three on the way, little strong. Zamora to Wolgemuth. Closely guarded by Gusto. Back to Zamora. 10 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Janicki. Three on the way. Airballed it. Zamora not able to save it, and Tampa will get the ball.
I'll tell you this, the way Maya Gusto fought through those picks after getting that three scored on her was a lot better.
Yeah. Ticking down to 3 minutes in a 3-point Florida Southern lead. Driving the lane, Bonilla scores. 12 for Bonilla, a 1-point game. Jacob, guarded by Wright Ponder. Hands off to Zamora. Janicki, top of the key. Wolgemuth backs out. 10 on the shot clock. Top of the key, Jacobs going to try to drive. Cut off by Wright Ponder. Three on the way from deep by Zamora. And she hits.
That's a huge shot by Florida Southern.
Unexpected shooter there, and she knocks it down, and it's a 4-point lead for the Moccasins. Gusto drives, loses the ball, gets it back, tries to tip it, does get it to Abney. Abney off the glass, fouled.
Good patience for her to hesitate and wait for the defender to come over and go up into the defender to draw the foul.
Timeout called with 2:13 left in the game. Florida Southern up 4 will step out on TampaSpartans.tv. Well, this is about as equal as a game could get. Both teams shooting similar numbers, 45%, 47%. Both have made 21 baskets. Both are shooting exceptionally well from the free throw line. Abney, ball fake. Bonilla drives the lane. Wright Ponder can't get it to go. Bonilla tries to get it and take it away. Do they call a jump ball or is there a foul? I think it's a foul on Bonilla.
Yep, that's her second. I thought Aaliyah Abney got fouled on the previous play, but I guess they called it on the floor.
Or it was non-shooting. Wolgemuth under 2 now in the game. 4-point lead for the Moccasins. Jacob to Zamora, who just hit a big three. Wolgemuth. 10 on the shot clock. Outside the arc, guarded by Abney. Tipped, stolen, got back, shot up in the air, no good, and a foul might be on Sullivan on the floor. Oh, tried to get the steal, almost got the steal, but then fell on one of the Florida Southern players. It is on Sullivan. It is her second.
That's 2 free throws coming up for Florida Southern.
So they're calling it a shooting foul. So Gerke on the line. Little strong. .134 left in the game. Gerke's second one. Missed them both, and Wright Ponder rebounds. Gets it to Bonilla. Hustles it up court. Drives the lane, lays it up and in. 2-point game. Faked going out and kept going in.
Her leadership has been great for this season for the Spartans.
Spartans need a stop here. Jacob, guarded by Wright Ponder. She gives it up to Gerke. Gerke on Sullivan. Back to Wolgemuth. 10 on the shot clock. Pick from Jacob. She's going to have to shoot. One, up, and no good. Rebound. I think it's a shot clock violation or a foul. Foul called on Tampa. Foul called on Sullivan will put Gerke back on the free throw line. And a timeout by Tom Jesse. We'll keep it here.
A big offensive rebound for the Florida Southern Moccasins. Huge.
Gerke pulling down her 4th rebound of the day. She'll go to the line. She just missed 2 the last time down the court. 50.9 seconds to go. 57-55. Florida Southern leading. Tampa has committed 5 fouls this quarter. That means every foul from now on is a 2-shot foul. The Mocs have committed just 2 team fouls. We will have trophy presentation after this game, so stay with us. And they come back out onto the floor. Sullivan, Wright Ponder, Abney, Bonilla Gusto. Gerke to the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. Knocks it down. 3-point game as Gerke hits that one.
I wonder if the timeout helped her calm her nerves. Usually it works against the player.
Misses that, stays a 3-point game. Abney quickly up court. She's going to drive the lane off the glass and in. And she'll go to the line for a chance to tie.
Just like her nickname, Coast to Coast. A big free throw coming up here, Jack. Huge.
Boy, a bold move by Abney with 4 fouls to take it all the way down the lane. And she got fouled. That is her 8th point of the day. 1-point game right now. Abney on the line. Strong. Tip by Sullivan. Sullivan tries to get it out, and they call a foul. And it'll put Sullivan. Well, I don't know if it'll put her on the line. She wasn't shooting, but it should be Tampa ball anyway. I don't think it's a shooting foul unless that was the 5th. I thought it was just the 4th. No, it is out of bounds, Tampa. The 4th foul. Tampa will inbound with 41 seconds to go and down 1. Lobbing it out to Wright Ponder outside the arc to Abney, free throw line, looks to go inside, fades away, up and in, Tampa with the lead. 33 seconds to go, Tampa by 1. Wolgemuth with the ball, double high post.
Got a rebound, switch all screens.
Jacob with the ball, guarded by Wright Ponder, tries to put the fake on, stop, goes back out to Zamora. Zamora comes back out, 10 on the shot clock. She drives, puts it up, no good, taken by Evans.
Yes.
She's fouled underneath the bucket.
Let's go.
She will take 2
Let's
shots.
go. Let's go. Good
And the
defense.
Spartan crowd is going crazy.
Let's go. Zamora was the player for Florida Southern who hit the big three to give them a nice cushion. Unfortunately, she couldn't come up with the shot just now.
Abney will get 2. A 1-point Tampa lead, 11 seconds to go.
2 big free throws.
Misses the first. Misses a bump, but Sullivan rebounds. And she gets fouled again. Sullivan to the line.
Uncharacteristically, Aaliyah Abney misses 2 free throws, but Malia Sullivan with a huge offensive rebound. Thank you, Malia.
Sullivan for 2. 1-point Tampa lead. 2-point Tampa lead. 9.2 seconds to go. Sullivan now with 7. Hit them both, a 3-point lead. Betsy Harris calls a timeout.
The only thing that can beat us now, Jack, is a 3. Do we foul?
The 3
Put them on the line?
will only tie it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing that hurts us, give them a layup and get the ball in bounds, or do we
I'd
foul?
say try to turn them a couple times.
Or do we foul? Don't even let them attempt the 3.
I say let it play out. What do you say?
In Europe, I'll tell you this. Our coaches, I didn't always agree with it, but we would foul and put them on the line.
On the line, huh?
Yep. And don't even let them attempt the 3 because that's the biggest shot to hurt you right now.
True.
No you can't give up any and ones. If you foul, make sure they do not get that ball up near the rim.
But I'd say if they go inside the arc, let them go.
Yeah, right. You got to drive, draw, and dish, switch all screens, guard that 3-point line. Like you said, on the defense, turn them once or twice, use some time.
I say you put a little backcourt pressure, not a big press, but enough to make them.
Just stall them. Make them use an extra second or 2.
61-58. Tampa with a 6-0 run over the last 37 seconds to take the lead. They were down 58-55. Actually trailed 57-53. Now, okay, they do get the ball out at half court or in the
different
front court.
rules from women to men.
Steele. Janicki steps away, fires a 3, banks it in with 3.8 to go. We're tied. Janicki hits a huge 3 from well beyond NBA 3.
She didn't call bank, but I guess she had her ATM card.
Even on the weekend, it's open.
Cashed in, yep.
Wow. Janicki with 19. The 2 all-conference players, Jacob and Janicki, have combined for 41 today.
When she released it, I said the shot looked long.
It was. But she banked it in.
Wow.
Spartans have 3.8.
We're looking at a possible overtime, Jack. We need some Spartan magic right here.
Well, you know what? Any one of the Spartans on the floor are capable of hitting a shot. Tampa will get the ball out, inbounding right in front of Tom Jesse.
This is why it's called March Madness.
I look for Gusto to maybe hit one here, or go right inside to LaShayla if you can. They lob it into Sullivan. From the top of the key, no good. Out of bounds, will go to overtime. A good look for Sullivan, but she came up short.
I think Coach Jesse felt she got fouled,
Yeah.
and very rarely would she shoot an air
That's
ball
a rare from air ball.
away.
Yeah, you
Right.
are absolutely right. We're going to overtime no matter what. Julia Janicki hitting a 3-point bank shot with 3.8 seconds to go. Sends this game to overtime.
Huge shot.
Jacob with 22, Janicki with 19. for Florida Southern. For the Spartans, Bonilla with 14, Abney with 10. The problem is the Spartans have so many players in foul trouble with a 5-minute overtime.
And that plays a huge factor in this overtime. Huge.
Abney with 4. Wright Ponder has 3. Sullivan has 3. Battle has 3. Overtime, they don't reset anything. Everybody is shooting 2.
From where we're sitting, it's hard to see because we're at a profile view, bird's eye profile view, to see if Malia Sullivan was fouled or not. But Coach Jesse got up. I guess he saw something.
Well, to be honest with you, it's hard to believe she would airball a 4-footer by being wide to the left.
Right. Right, exactly.
No matter what team you're on.
Sometimes referees don't like to be the deciding factor in the game.
Right,
however, if you don't make the call, you're still the deciding factor.
Yeah. Tampa will be going right to left. Wright Ponder jumping against Jacob. Referee comes in. Ball toss on the way. Tampa controls. Too good a game to stop after 40 minutes, folks.
I know, right?
Bonilla to Sullivan. Gusto, she's open, takes it. Didn't hit it. Wright Ponder with the rebound to Abney. She goes back out.
Nice patience. Nice patience. No need to rush.
Bonilla. Gusto. Shot clock to 5. Sullivan, free throw line, up and in.
She rolled it in.
That's 10 for Malia. Spartans by 2. A lot of time to go in overtime. Janicki. Back out to Zamora, hit a big 3.
I see the Florida Southern fans are right here. They're standing up to our right, man.
Wogemuth trying to drive, kicks it back out to Zamora. Shot clock to 4. She drives, puts up a runner. No good. Abney boards.
A score right here really put us in the driver's seat, Jack.
Bonilla on the drive, tries to go into Wright Ponder, and foul on the floor. Should put Wright Ponder on the line.
Yeah, either way.
Yep. Everybody shooting 2 from this point on. Terry Battle getting ready to come in for Tampa. Most likely for a spell of Wright Ponder. 3-point Tampa lead.
With her only having 3 fouls.
In and out.
In and out.
3-point Tampa lead. 3.5 to go in OT.
Some people may think to leave her in. However, he wants to. It's crucial that she doesn't pick up her 4th foul too early.
Jacob wanting to do that, though. Spartans haven't let her drive. She posts up. Janicki on the drive. Little baby hook knocks it home. 1-point game. Fans were screaming that Gusto inbounded the ball while standing in bounds. She technically never was out of bounds. There's a travel. Abney kind of lost her balance.
She did.
Gusto did nothing wrong down here. She was not out of bounds. Tossed it to Bonilla to inbound the ball.
But when you're a fan of the opposite team, you want everything to go your way.
It looked awkward because it was awkward looking.
Right.
But there was nothing wrong with it. Tampa by 1 now. Janicki backs off her inside the arc, won't go. Abney has it tipped away from her, but she gets it back.
Bonilla was wide open if she had time to look up and see her.
2:35 to go in overtime. We're halfway through the overtime. Gusto. Sullivan looks for a spot. Comes into the lane and lays it in.
That looked like that could have been Gerke's 5th foul also.
Sullivan with 12 now. Spartans by 3. Quickly inside to Janicki. Off the glass. Won't go. Rebound Sullivan. And she's fouled. There's the 5th on Gerke. That'll put Malia on the line at the other end.
Don't want to jinx her, but she did hit her last 2 free throws. So
we've got Gerke with 5 now, but they've got her with 4 on the scoreboard, so I guess just 4. Sorry about that.
Yeah, something doesn't match.
Nope. We'll go with the scoreboard. Sullivan won't hit it.
Maybe I jinxed her.
Need to hit one of these. Got one. Made it a 4-point game. Wolgemuth up court. Tampa by 4. 2 minutes to go in overtime. Wolgemuth guarded by Gusto, trying to go inside to Jacob. Back out to Gerke, up top of the arc. Finds Janicki. Wolgemuth, 10 on the shot clock.
Don't go under the
Off
screen.
The kick, out to Jacob. 3 on the way. Rolls around, tipped around, taken away by Gusto.
Stay away from the end line.
Wow.
Now that's
should be
the
5 on Gerke. All right, there is the 5th on Gerke.
She battled hard today. She guarded Caleb Bonilla. She guarded Malia Sullivan, Abney. She guarded everybody, but unfortunately she picked up her 5th foul.
Steele into the lineup for Gerke. And Gusto to the line. 5 points today.
Right.
43 minutes of play. She and Bonilla and Sullivan have played every minute of this game.
Gerke's only a freshman, so we'll see a lot of her in the coming seasons.
Second one no good, but it's a 5-point lead with a minute and a half. Wolgemuth, left side. Dabu.
Travel.
That might be on Jacob for a pick.
Yeah,
it is.
It is. She's asking how.
They kind of said she turned her hips into Gusto, trying to cut through. 3rd foul on Jacob. 5-point Tampa lead. Abney across the timeline. 1:20 to go in overtime.
The score here really puts the Moccasins in a compromising position.
Abney drives the lane up. Won't go. Jacob with the rebound. Quickly to the other way. Wolgemuth backs it out. A minute to go. Janicki drives the lane. Loses the ball. Taken away by Bonilla.
Who got their hands on that ball? Was it Battle or Abney?
I'm not sure. And a foul.
That's Janicki's 5th, if that's on her.
So she's the one who didn't get the foul because they had her with 3 on our official one.
They actually have her as 4 now.
Yeah, okay, so they missed somebody's foul somewhere. But Janicki with 4. Bonilla, 14 points. Boy, misses another free throw. Spartans have not helped themselves from the line down the stretch here. 13 of 21.
Right. They're keeping the door open for the Moccasins.
Can't see it, but the referee stopped play at the other end to wipe up some sweat at the opposite free throw line.
I tell you this, that's good work by the official, because sometimes they feel that's not in their job description, but nevertheless, that's way to look out for the players.
Yep. Bonilla, you need this one because you need to make them have to hit a couple threes.
Right.
68-63. Bonilla Knocks it down, 69-63, 49 seconds to go. Wolgemuth, guarded by Gusto, trying to hustle. They need a couple threes.
Gotta switch
Jacob
the
for one, no good. Rebound, tipped up. Bonilla was going up for it, and I don't know who got called.
I think they called it on her.
It's going to stay down here.
It's on Gusto.
Gusto for 2 for her second foul. Will put Janicki on the line. Janicki today 2 for 2 from the line.
This really helps the Moccasins because they get to score points with the clock stopped. And right now, with only 41.4 seconds, the clock is their biggest enemy, along with the Spartans.
She hits. She has 22, tied with Jacobs for the scoring lead.
Those two have been a double-edged sword. Pick your poison.
Yeah. Both all conference. Hits them both. Lead down to 4. 41 seconds to go. Abney inbounds, fouled immediately. So they're going to try to take a chance that they can swap 1 bucket for 2 buckets.
Right.
Or 3.
I'll tell you this, no matter what the outcome of this game, much respect to Janicki and Jacob.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole Florida Southern as a university, athletic program, and everything. I have much respect for that school and that institution.
Abney. Boy, Spartans just gone cold from the line. Now 14 of 24, under 60%.
That's not a good sign, especially leading into the tournament.
Team that shoots 75% on the year. That's big, gets it back up to 5. Florida Southern takes a timeout. We'll stay here. 70-65, 39.8 to go. Possession arrow with Florida Southern. Both teams in the double bonus.
Had they not had so many empty trips at the line, maybe the game doesn't go to overtime, or maybe right now in this overtime, they would have maybe a 6 to 8 point lead, which is closing the game out. Now, one thing with the free throw miss of Aaliyah Abney, the offensive rebound by Malia Sullivan paid huge dividends.
Yeah. Tampa just 60% from the line. Had they shot their usual 75%, would have had 4 more points right now.
Right.
That's neither here nor there.
That's called wishful thinking,
yeah,
Jack.
That's all it is. It's a fact, but means nothing. Florida Southern will inbound in front of their own bench. Inbound to Wolgemuth. Under 40 seconds to go in OT now. To the corner to steal. Jacob, deep 3. She lobbies for the 3-point foul and got battle for the call.
Yeah, that's a pivotal moment. Pivotal moment.
Boy, you don't contest that one like that.
Battle was definitely beat a little bit, but yeah, the hard contest where she drew the foul.
And this is a person who's missed 1 free throw. She can cut it. Missed that one, though.
How fortunate for the Spartans.
She's actually missed her last 2. Hits that one. She can cut it to a 3-point game.
Which will force the Spartans to have the score of some type to close the game out.
Hits that one. It's a 3-point game. 30.5, so technically the shot clock will be off into Abney, so they may not foul. No, they do choose to foul. Wolgemuth with the foul, her 4th. So they're hoping that Abney doesn't hit a free throw. That's actually the 5th on Wolgemuth. She's the one with the phantom foul.
I'll tell you, she opened up the game with a big 3-pointer to get the Moccasins on the board, and unfortunately,
excellent defense all game too.
Right, her Sunshine State Conference season is over.
Boy, Spartans just will not hit. You got to hit one of these, and that means it's got to be this one. Missed them both. Sullivan rebounds.
Wow,
again.
deja vu.
Wow.
Deja vu.
They've got a foul. And they do with 23 seconds.
The last
It
time
happened
Malia
again.
Abney was at the free throw line, she missed 2 free throws, and right on cue, Malia Sullivan gets the offensive rebound again. Florida Southern is going to be kicking themselves in the rear, not being able to take advantage of that opportunity.
Bonilla
with 2 missed
got to
free
hit
throws.
one of the 2. Got it.
Wow.
4-point lead. Thank you.
Finally.
Knocked them both down. 5-point lead. Gusto almost with the steal. Janicki, top of the key. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound Sullivan. And she's fouled. And with 14.6 seconds to go, that may be the dagger.
I think you're right, Jack. I'll co-sign that.
Sullivan today 3 of 4. 4 of 5. 6-point lead. She hits this one. I'd say it's impossible without some divine intervention. 14 seconds to go. 7-point lead. Don't even get anywhere near anybody. Don't get anywhere near them. Rebound, that'll be the game. Tampa is going to win the ball game.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Wow. The Tampa Spartans are the Sunshine State Conference regular season and tournament champions.
What a great moment to see Coach Tom Jesse hugging his wife and daughter, Nikki Jesse, and his beautiful daughter.
Beautiful win for Tampa. Coming back 58-55. They were trailing, but they come back and pick up the win. Everybody's shaking hands. What a well-played game by Florida Southern as well, though. A couple great representatives of the Sunshine State Conference, and I think there'll be a couple great representatives of the SSC in the NCAA.
Right, and what a great gesture by Larry Marfiz to go over and congratulate Coach Tom Jesse before he went and shook hands with the Florida Southern players and staff.
We'll have a trophy presentation. We'll hang for it.
I tell you this, man, this game was as good as any I've seen this season.
This was probably the best game we've had all season, yeah. No doubt about it.
And the overtime was really a bonus, I guess.
Selection Sunday is this evening. So the Spartans will find out. They were the number 2 seed in the region. Union, Tennessee, the number 1 seed, also playing for a conference championship. More than likely, they'll retain number 1 seed unless they lose the game. If they were to lose the game, Tampa could get the number 1 seed and then a home game to start the tournament.
And with the men's team being here to view this victory, hopefully it inspires them for the upcoming season.
Yep.
Winning is infectious.
2 years ago, Tampa headed up to Tennessee to start NCAA tournament play. Got to Tennessee and were told the tournament's been called off.
I remember
Get on the bus
that.
and come home.
I remember.
Last year, no tournament for SSC teams. Jerome Fulton, who sang the national anthem about 2.5 hours ago, bringing the trophy out, the table out with the SSC trophy. I think that's Brian B.B. Williams bringing out the table as well.
Yeah, it was.
Florida Southern players obviously disappointed, but great sportsmanship still on the bench.
This time, I direct your attention to the center court for the presentation of the 2022 Alternative Team Awards to be presented by the Sunshine State Conference Senior Associate Commissioner, Mary Ann Seafly. These student athletes named the all-tournament team are from Ecuador by applause. Maya's apparently not here. From Florida Southern, Julia Jackson. From Tampa, Malia Sullivan. From Florida Southern, Whitney Jacob. From Tampa, Kayla Bonilla. And the tournament's most valuable player from Tampa, Shea Rock-Potter.
So your all-tournament team announced, with LaShayla Wright Ponder being named the tournament MVP.
Very fitting.
Malia Sullivan also all-tournament. Also Whitney Jacob, Julia Janicki, Kayla Bonilla. Now the trophy presentation to the winning team.
Associate Commissioner Marianne Simbach will present the 2022 Sunshine State Conference Tournament Champion, the University of Tampa Spartans. Hey folks, thanks for coming. We wish everybody a safe ride home. And we particularly thank Maya Driscoll Day for showing up today.
All right, a quick recap of the scoring for Florida Southern. Zamora had 3, and it was a big 3 just before the end of regulation. Steele with 2, Dabu with 2, Janicki with 23. Jacob ends up being the leading scorer with 24. Gerke had a point. Wolgamuth had 12. And they ended up shooting just 39% from the floor. 7 of 19 from 3 and 14 of 19 on the free throw line. For Tampa, a whole bunch of double-digit scorers. Kayla Bonilla with 17. Aaliyah Abney with 11. Malia Sullivan 15. Terry Battle on a great roll off the bench with 10. And LaShayla Wright Ponder with 13. Marcheski picked up 2. Gusto, big roll as well with 6 for the Spartans, who shot 47.3%. They were 3 of 8 from deep, 19 of 31 from the free throw line. So the Spartans win it, get their record now to 29-5 on the season.
Wow.
And we'll wait to find out where they're going to play. Florida Southern now 20-9 on the 20-6 on 7. Can you read that? Is that a 6? 20-7 on the year. 8? 20-9 on the year now. Too dark up here. But we'll wait to see where they will go for the NCAA tournament. Tournament seedings will be announced tonight, so go to TampaSpartans.com and find out where the Spartans will play. I want to thank everybody for joining us all season long. Thank you. And for DeCarlo DeVoe and Andre running the board, this is Jack Ike saying maybe we'll find out if we have another game. But if not, we'll see you next year right here on Tampa Spartans.